last few months, we've talked a lot about cold email, but it's been a really long time since we talked about lead generation. And we got a question yesterday about it. So I wanted to go through our 4-step lead generation process, which will cover the 4 things you need to think about when generating leads, where to find them, and everything around that concept. So let's jump into it. The first thing you want to do when you're building a list of leads is visualize the customer. That means sit down and try to get as clear a picture in your mind as possible of the type of customer that will buy from you. And as an agency, I know what you're thinking. We can sell to everyone. But for a cold email system to actually generate revenue for you, the campaign needs to be as specific as possible. You need to make it seem like you're talking directly to a specific person. A good example of this is I was just on the phone with our director of sales to run through the cold email campaigns for one of our agency clients for Experiment 27. And the email, because they didn't pick a niche, was extremely generic, and that's what we had to work on. I can't give you the exact script here, but basically it was, we sell design services, and we also sell mobile app development, and we also sell web development. We've been in business for 15 years. Basically all this stuff that is irrelevant to a client. Because in a good cold email, or really a good ad campaign in general, the client just wants to know that you're talking directly to them. So visualize that client and have a very clear picture in your mind of who exactly that person is. We have a super in-depth old video on the ideal client profile, which you can check out right there, and that'll help you go more in depth on exactly who your customer is. Once you've got that extremely in-depth idea of who your customer is, step 2 is to identify a lead pool. A lead pool is a site where everyone that would be interested in what you're selling has opted in some way to be on this site. For Experiment 27, we sell to a lot of agency owners, right? We do lead generation and build marketing systems for marketing agencies, mobile app development agencies, all of those types of digital agencies. And there's no better place for them than a site like Behance or Dribbble, because a customer that needs marketing and is a digital agency wouldn't be on Behance or Dribbble if they weren't at least a little bit worried about growing their client base. Sometimes you can't find a lead pool that's that specific. Recently we were pitching a reality show with Garblick, and we wanted to find production companies. And the best place to find contact info like that is IMDb Pro. That's where production companies will list their points of contact, their email addresses. Think LinkedIn Sales Navigator for the entertainment business. And using that info, we were able to book a lot of meetings. So to find a lead pool, think about if your ideal customer was trying to do what you offer themselves, where would they list their site? If it's local businesses, it might be on Yelp. If it's e-commerce stores, it might be on something like the Shopify directory. Think about it for a while and come up with what your specific lead pool would be. Once you have a lead pool of companies, it'll be pretty easy to build that list. Step 3 is scrape the data. So that's not using a bot to actually pull the data off of the website. It could be manually, it could be using a virtual assistant to do it, but it's taking the info from that lead pool that you found and putting it into an Excel spreadsheet that you can use to email. Then adding all the info that we talk about in these videos. Here's a cold email teardown playlist, so you can see all of the types of cold emails that we're sending. And once you have all your data in a spreadsheet, the hard work's out of the way. So then you send your cold emails and you test and you do the optimization. Here's another link. This is our email optimization video. It's a checklist that you can use to see if your emails are performing, and if they're not, when to actually rewrite them. And then rule 4 is repeat step 2 until you have to change customers. Step 2, if you remember, is finding a lead pool. So let's say your mission to create the ultimate lead generation campaign sends you to Dribbble, and you use all the contacts on Dribbble. Step 4 basically means find another one, so go to Behance and build leads there. But if you're sending cold emails, I wouldn't send more than 100 to a specific type of contact until you've hit the benchmark stats in that benchmark video. So at least a 2% meeting book rate is the final number that you want to aim for. If you want to see this whole process in action, we'll put a link in the description down below to our actual cold emails that we're sending at Experiment 27. And you can watch me do a live send. I actually end up making about 10 grand from the sends in that video. And if you run an agency and you need marketing support, you want someone to send cold emails on your behalf, get you new enterprise clients, and help grow your agency quicker, check out experiment27.com. Also, if you found this video valuable and you want to help us grow the channel, I'd love if you would share it with a friend or two. We're trying to hit 100,000 subs this year, so every share really counts. I'm Alex Berman. Thanks.